When I was very young, I remember being told you are what you eat. So I tried to eat the foods my heroes were eating, thinking that it would transform me into what they looked like. After trying this for some time, I was so disappointed to look in the mirror and see the same little fat kid looking back at me. Nothing had changed. I had misunderstood the meaning. David was being pursued by King Saul. He had been anointed king, but 20 years later, he's still an outlaw, just trying to stay alive. He could have taken matters into his own hands, but instead he chose to consider God's reality. He wrote this in Psalm 8. Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. You have set your glory in the heavens. Through the praise of children and infants, you have established a stronghold against your enemies, to silence the foe and the avenger. When I consider your heavens, the works of your fingers, the moon and the stars which you have set in place, what is mankind that you are mindful of him? Human beings that you care for them. You have made them a little lower than the angels and crowned them with glory and honor. You made them rulers over the works of your hands. You put everything under their feet, all flocks and herds, and the animals of the wild, the birds in the sky, the fish in the sea, all that swims the paths of the seas. Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. God has already written the last chapter of history. He tells us that we have won. But reality is, we're not feeling much like winners. I invite you to consider God's reality. Consider the ravens. They do not sow or reap. They have no storeroom or barn, yet God feeds them, and how much more valuable are you than birds? Who of you by worrying can add a single hour to his life? Since you cannot do this very little thing, why do you worry about the rest? Have a great day. Focus on God's reality. It makes a difference. Bye-bye.